Hello there everyone. Now today we're doing three figures. Yes, a three pack that I have never thought I would buy, but I need something for the time. I bought these back in February. Yes, and we're 6 months in, and I'm be honest here, why am I so far in the back? First off, I had so much things and I was like at work. Anyways, this is a three Seeker Fortune pack of what for side are Surge, Siege. You and I did get the backing. I'm not gonna work. I don't gonna do it until later. I don't use it anyways. You have Acid Storm, Ion Storm, and Nova Storm. Now this is using the secret mode that people do like, and this did cost me $77 before taxes and after taxes. It was like I would say a little more, so it was way more pricier than I kind of expected the one to. But you're arguing these figures that are like 35 each of them. So technically it's like 35, 70, and then 100. But I did technically pay like, I want to say around 80-ish. And I will say you can't get this more. To be honest here, it is sold out on the Big Bad Toy Store where I did buy it from. So if you do want to buy one, you gotta look somewhere else that won't hurt your that won't be overpriced or that is knockoffs. But if you can find one that are knockoffs that are just as good, do so. And these are the same. These are the same figure, so I will do one because there's no differences between the paints or nothing. I'm not joking. The paints are not even. They're not randomized either. They're in the same spots on each one, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm right here. So let's take a closer look at the Secret pack.
Now, like I said, all of them are already does the secret mode all again, but there's no more difference but in color. I'm just gonna grab I want to say I think Ice Storm. I think this one is. Now I will say it is very good that it is a much more different mode than getting the same jet mode from Starscreen. And I'm not going to transform dress Starscreen. I will I'll show them compared to all three of them in their vehicle modes. But yes, I will say I do like the blue a little more better with it instead because the we get the silver looks more better. But when it comes to the green and yellow, I think it shows a lot more better with the darker colors. I do like certain parts of all of them. They are basically all the same figures, which makes sense because well, everything is secret. So I will say it looks pretty good. The kibble, not a bad back here. I will say it looks more decent than a lot of them do, and they do go down. They don't do much other than just robot mode stuff, but other than that, I'll probably put on this. I'll probably put on a stand. And the Ion Blasters are adding a little more different than Starscreens, which I don't mind since these are going for Cybertronian vehicle modes and not just Earth modes. Articulation wise, double jointed arm, but that doesn't do very much anyways because it doesn't work in with the transformation purposes only. What just goes in? It just goes in the arm like that. You take that off, it just goes in. Other than that, it has something more to do with it. And I will say you still can't hold these on if you wanted to, which they're not that bad compared to having like Starscreens in his hand. These are not that bad looking. Hair articulation, they do go up and down, and you do get like popping, but I don't think it's really worth doing. Um, it can go back a little farther than 90 degrees on the knee, which I think is pretty good. The foot does, I want to say pivot, but not by much, so that is a problem. Different part of this are not there's not much articulation in some areas, but that does go down, which is like pretty good. But if you put the knee in, it looks really good to get like a certain dance or like a certain movement in. Other than that, it looks really good though. The wings do go back and they do go up. they don't have much, which makes sense. And it is a rotation in the waist, but you don't really have to use it for a lot of things other than transformation purposes. Which makes sense, you don't use a lot of this stuff for anything else. Not that much to say about these things, I'm gonna be honest here. If you do some size comparisons, I'm gonna leave them on the background because it's easier. Here is shock sound wave. Chester Cheetah. Leonardo. And the high grade Barutos Lupus. Now let's do the transformation and let's look at the other mode. Okay, now we're going to do the transformation for the Seekers. I'm going to do Nova Storm. I already transformed this one to really get down. Close to feet, which is the most simplest thing. You can't rotate the waist yet. Take off the Ion Blasters, or Seeker Blasters. Then open the arm, put the hands in on both. We're not done with the arms yet. There you go. Next thing is you need to take this part and unattach it. But it's not easy to. Open up the wings, swing the entire back of this forward to make the nose cone. Then you need to grab this little bit right here, well, you can see this part right here, and put it into the skull. And then grab the chest plate. There you go. Grab that. Fold it up like this for now. We're not done with it yet. Now you can finally rotate the waist. It's a lot of work. I get it. Now, as you can see, these parts right here need to go in there. These do collapse in. The odd transformation, so there's no odd differences. Okay, it's in. You can't see so well, so can't I. Next thing, I want to say do the arms. Fold these part down, fold them down, and then collapse them in. Yeah, you need to collapse them in. And as you can see, these parts you need to go into there. Well, it should be easy to put in. Sometimes it is. There you go. Now, have all of this close forward. Well, actually, it'd be easier to have the wings down first. Because you still need to have this go into this. Okay. It looks simple, but sometimes it's really not. There you go. You get the secret mode. It is pretty unique of a transformation. And don't get your blasters on them. To put them on the wings. Let's talk about them. Now here's all of them transformed. Like I said, when you transform them, they look good. But like I said, the kibble is not that bad. Actually, you can't see that much. It's mainly just legs, and it's not that bad. I think there's stuff in here, but I think it works. As I was saying, all the paint, like the splash and stuff, are in the same areas too. Like the part that kind of sucks is that all that paint is in the same area, and they're just like basically the same thing again, and I don't like that part. Like, it is as cool as silver, but then they should have done it in like up here, some up here. How about some right here, some like on more the end of the wings. How about some stuff like that. Other than that those are not really that bad compared to anything else. Iron Storm looks it's only just one. Now here's a third party prime, which I forgot the name of because I'll be honest here, I have like
three pipes, I think. I'm not sure anymore.
Here's Bumblebee from the '86 movie, and here is Starscream. You really can't compare. You really can't compare a jet mode to a seeker mode because it's hard to because of the size of these things. So that's the issue. You really can't compare this to this because they're not the same thing. But one of them has words less killable. This one here has pretty much a bad killable. To be honest here. So yeah, I'd like to get my final thoughts on these.
Now, are these really good figures? And should you buy this pack and if you get it for good pricing? Yeah, I mean they're really good if you either buy them as a three. If you do buy the 3-pack, they're really good because you can really just play one or two in their jet modes or their seeker modes, or as robot mode. So technically, you can do them like in two different ways and still have enough transformers on yourself. But technically, yeah, I do. I bought these not long ago, and I am slowly building up again. It's getting there. Trust me. I have a lot of figures to get through. You can't see them, but trust me, I have a lot of good amount of figures coming out for the next few. I wouldn't say the next few months, but Transformers only issue I have. I think bummer. But these are really good looking in their own way. But like I said, the issues is just it's the same paint, the same area, which kind of sucks because I prefer like random splashes of paint anywhere. I'll probably do them myself and work on it. But it's not bad. I will try to look for a link for it if you want to buy it. Which if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. Doesn't matter, as your money has been how you like. So y'all, what do you think? Like I said, I run the Discord, stuff like that. Everything is in my link tree, even though wherever I am on social media. Hey, fine, say y'all. I am out, y'all. Yep.